What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2024 Volvo S60 Recharge Plus Dark Theme. Huge thank you to Mike C over at Beyer Volvo Cars of Dulles, Virginia for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular S60 Recharge or any Volvo product, I'll be sure to have Mike's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. Within the past couple hours, the sky has cleared up, which has definitely warmed things up a bit, but with that breeze, it's still a little bit chilly. Not that anybody cares, just figured I'd mention it. But just like usual, first we're going to talk about the exterior and the performance. Like I said, this is a 2024 Volvo S60 Recharge Plus Dark Theme, and this particular one has been painted in Vapor Gray. I wanted to preface this video by saying for 2024, the dark theme is now standard on the S60. You also get a new paint color, which is what we have here today, Vapor Gray, and the air purifier is now standard on the Plus trim level. Now, also as standard with the Plus, you get LED headlights with automatic high beams and active bending lights, and you also get LED daytime running lights and LED turn signals. Now, just beneath your headlights, you can see there's a little bit of a cutout, and that is because this vehicle has been optioned with the $750 climate package, which gives you the headlight cleaners, which I'll show you a little animation of what that looks like on screen. But now, taking a step back, I apologize about my shadow. I think I'm going to stand about right here so you get a better view of the car and not my shadow, maybe a little bit more this way. You may be able to see that you do get a gloss black mesh style grille at the center of the front end. Looks super sporty. And then you also have your Volvo logo located at the center of the grille. If you wanted that Volvo logo to be gloss black, you might want to look into getting the black edition. But anyways, just beneath your Volvo lettering is where you will find a forward-facing camera. That forward-facing camera works with your 360-degree view camera system that you get as standard with the Plus. And then you also get a gloss black grille surround and 6 forward-facing sensors here on the front end. Like I said, you get that gloss black upper grille, but you also get a gloss black lower grille as well as gloss black outer grills on the outsides of your front bumper. There's the lower grille. I definitely like to see a gloss black lower grille because on a lot of vehicles, most manufacturers just focus on the upper grille and they kind of leave the lower grille, whatever. But I definitely like to see this gloss black and the outer grille's gloss black. It just makes the front end of the vehicle look that much more premium, which are little things that I personally appreciate. But now, coming on down the side, this one being the Recharge, you do get a charge port. So if you press on this right here, the charge port will open up and that will reveal your Type 2 charge port, which is, slow charging for like at home and stuff like that. This does not support rapid charging. Just figured I'd show you the charge port. After all, this is the Recharge. Now, coming on down just a little bit, this vehicle has been optioned with the $800 19-inch 6-spoke black diamond cut wheels, and these wheels are wrapped in 235/40 Pirelli P0 all-season tires. I'll try to give you a view of the tread pattern on those tires as best that I can. I apologize if it's not all that great. But then coming up, as standard, you do get rain sensing wipers. And then, like I said, this being the dark theme, you get the gloss black exterior trim. So with that in mind, you get gloss black mirror caps with integrated turn signals. And as standard, these side view mirrors are heated, power folding. Both mirrors are auto dimming. You will find your blind spot monitoring on the upper left hand side of your driver's side mirror and on the upper right hand side of your passenger side mirror. And then all the way down here on the bottom of your side view mirror, you'll find a camera. Again, that camera works with your 360-degree view camera system that you get as standard with the Plus trim level. Here's a little side profile of the S60. I think these wheels look awesome. Again, that's personal opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But with that dark theme, you get the gloss black window trim. You also get body color door handles with keyless access and illumination. So you get a light here and on all 4 of your door handles, basically to illuminate the door handle at night. And I also believe you get a little illumination down here as well. You can kind of like a puddle light. But coming on down the side, here is a rear 3/4 shot of the S60. You may be able to see up top here, you get a body color shark fin antenna. Your third brake light is there. Then you also get a rear window defroster. Obviously, this being the Plus, as standard, you get LED taillights. However, one thing that's interesting about Volvo products is that you also get rear LED fog lights, which I'll show you what that looks like on screen now. Here's a little booty shot of the S60. You can see on the trunk, you get that chrome badging, and then on the right-hand side of the trunk, you get the T8 all-wheel drive recharge badge. And then just underneath your second V is where you'll find your backup camera. But then just to the left of that, where you'll find your L, if you put your hand right there, the trunk will open up. One thing I wanted to show you about the trunk, let's say, you know, you just went into Walmart or you just went into some sort of store and your hands are full. If you come over to about right here, you kick and you step back, the trunk will open up. At least it's supposed to do that. I might have forgot the key fob. Okay, there you go. Now it is doing it. And that is a little hands-free action there with the rear trunk. Definitely nice. However, the trunk is not power closing. You do have to close it yourself. These are your standard carpeted floor mats. You get a 12-volt power outlet on the passenger side of the trunk. You also get a little storage cubby here with the cargo net. And if you lift up on this, you will find your tire inflator kit. If I can get this to pop open. You get your tire inflator kit down there because you do not get a spare tire with this vehicle. And then you also do get a nice light back here right about there to illuminate the trunk area. I'm gonna try to close this back up because I didn't do a very good job. But yeah, and then also you can fold those second row seats for some additional storage space if need be. But closing this trunk back up, let's finish things off here at the rear end. So you may be able to see you get 2 reflectors here on your rear bumper. You also get another 6 integrated parking sensors back here as well. You get some gloss black trim. And then one thing I like about the lower part of the bumper back here is that it looks very sporty. So you get the gloss black, then you get the body color, you know, trim piece, and it just looks very, very good in my personal opinion, very sporty. And it just goes along with the Recharges theme. And then coming over to here, you have your fuel door, which I do believe you have to press a button on the interior in order to open up. So if you press this button here, the fuel door, now I should have access to it. Now, if you press on that, the fuel door will open up. It does ask for 91 octane, and you do get a capless filler neck. And that kind of about does it for the exterior of the S60 Recharge here for the 2024 model year. Let me know what your opinions are on this vehicle in the comment section down below. In my personal opinion, I think it looks awesome, and it is much quicker than you would expect it to be once you get it out on the road. I was very surprised when I laid the hammer down. It just really puts you back in your seat, and you'll see that on the driving portion of the video. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals that 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder that works with an electric motor and an 18.8 kilowatt-hour battery pack. Total output is 455 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 4.3 seconds. And if you were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 31 miles per gallon combined, and you get 41 miles of solely electric range. This vehicle has truly given me a newfound appreciation for hybrids because it is very fuel efficient, but it is also very fun to drive and very quick as well. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, when I laid the hammer down in this thing, I was very pleasantly surprised by how quick this thing was, but also how fun it was to drive. So newfound appreciation for hybrids. I think hybrids are the future. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you're enjoying the video, if you've learned anything from this video, please just take a second, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and hit that subscribe button. The likes and comments in particular look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and that is what helps me grow. But only do those things if you're enjoying the video. I'd appreciate it. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, like I mentioned earlier in the video, you do get keyless access. So all you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, put your hand behind the door handle, and the vehicle will unlock. You can also lock the vehicle by running your finger across this little box right here, and now the vehicle is locked. By the way, keyless access can be found on all of your door handles. But let's see what the interior has to offer here with the Plus. So with the Plus, you do get leather upholstery, and this is the blonde leather upholstery interior. But we're going to start with the door panel, then just work our way throughout the entire interior. So up top here, you get some black vinyl wrapping. Then you get a satin chrome looking door handle, 2 memory seat adjustment settings, your unlock and your lock functions, a speaker up top here, Power side view mirror controls. If you press the L and the R buttons simultaneously, that will power fold in your side view mirrors. Then you get automatic up and down windows at all 4 corners. With the Plus, you also do get a power child lock. So this is going to restrict not only the window privileges, but for the second row passengers, it is basically going to lock them out from the outside when you have that button depressed. Then you get a nicely padded armrest and some miscellaneous storage space down here and a speaker. This is what the seat looks like here at the front. You do get power front seats, and those are the seat controls here for the driver. The seats are also very comfortable, I might add. But stepping on into the interior, you also get a recharge door sill that is brushed aluminum. But stepping on in, I'm going to close the door. Take a listen to the thud. Nice solid thud when you close the door, very nice. But you do get keyless access. That also means you do get push button start. We actually twist something here. So push your foot on the brake, twist this to the right, and the vehicle is on. Again, this is a hybrid, so the engine is not actually on at the moment, so that is why it's super, super quiet. But coming over to here, you got your HVAC vent, and then coming down, if you press and hold on that button, that is going to pop open your trunk, and then if you press that right there, that is going to give you access to your gas cap. And then coming up just a little bit more, let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what the turn signal sounds like here on the S60. But not only is this your turn signal control stock, this is also your headlight control stock, your high beam control stock, your fog light control stock, and you have your trip reset button on the end of this stock here. So if you flip this up, that is headlights automatic. If you flip that up one more time, that is going to turn your automatic high beams on. If I flip that up again, that is going to turn the automatic high beams right back off. And then again, coming down, that is headlights on, that is parking lights on, and then that is headlights off. And then one thing that's kind of interesting is that this vehicle does not have front fog lights. However, you do have like the front fog light switch right there, which is kind of interesting to me. However, that button doesn't do anything, but this button does, because you do get a rear fog light, which I showed you on the exterior part of the video. And that's kind of about it for that stock. If you flip this down on your steering column, that will give you access into your manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. So you can bring the steering wheel towards you, you can push the steering wheel away from you, and the steering wheel also moves up and down. And once you find your comfortable positioning, you basically just lock this right back into position, and the steering wheel will no longer move. One thing I really like about Volvo products, and this kind of reminds me of a Rolls-Royce. I know it sounds crazy, I'm comparing a Volvo to a Rolls-Royce, but I love the two-tone on the steering wheels. Little things like that that I definitely appreciate, and it just makes the interior look super, super premium. And then it's also smart because you get the blonde interior, but then if you have like the blonde on the outsides of the steering wheel is going to look disgusting after a short amount of time, whereas if you put a dark color on the exterior, it's not going to show dirt as much from your hand. So I think that's pretty smart. By the way, the steering wheel is leather wrapped. You get that two-tone with the black and the blonde, and just like any other vehicle, you have your horn at the center. So let's take a listen to the horn. That is what the horn sounds like on the S60. Now, coming over to this side of the steering wheel, with the Plus, you do get pilot assist with adaptive cruise control. So here are your adaptive cruise control settings. And then coming to this side of the steering wheel, this is to speak to the vehicle. This is going to put you in between your different display modes on the on the digital gauge cluster, which I'll show you here in a minute. And then you have these controls over here. So this is to go forwards and or backwards on a track. And then this is to volume up and or down. And then you have that little circle right there, which is going to bring you into like your trip menu. So you can see your trip computer on the left, trip manual. This is what you can reset. However, this cannot be reset because it's the vehicle keeping track of all that information. So if you wanted to reset the trip manual information, you have this button on the end of the stock. You can press and hold. But you can also do it this way, where you click over to the right. Like I said, these buttons double as secondary things, and you can press reset TM. This is your select button, click on that, and then those values will reset back down to 0. So you can either do it this way, or you can press and hold on that button on the end of that stock there. And then that is also your odometer. This vehicle has 15 miles on it. Now moving into the stock right here, like I mentioned, you do get rain sensing wipers, but this is your windshield wiper control stock. And now let's move into our 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. So on the left-hand side, you have your speedometer. Then you have your digital speedometer readout. You have your speed limit sign there. Up top here, you got your driver assistance stuff, the ambient exterior temperature. It lets you know who is buckled and who is not buckled. Then down here, it lets you know how much electric range you have. Right now we have 33 miles of electric range. It's also showing you like the battery percentage-ish there. It's not actually the percentage, but it shows you how much battery we have. And then coming down just a little bit more, you have your fuel gauge and your fuel range. Coming over to here, you have your transmission status stuff. And then let's say I floored this vehicle, right? This is going to come up to here. That is basically 100% floored. And then once I let off of the accelerator, this is like your regenerative braking. So basically, let's say it's capturing 25% of the energy. Basically, it's going to come down to here. But if it's wanted to capture like 100%, this is going to come down to here. And then that is like 100% regenerative brakes. That's kind of like the easiest way to describe what that is. And like I said, you get 2 display modes with the digital gauge cluster. So if you click on that, this is going to bring you into your nav mode. And then if you click that again, this is going to bring you into your calm mode. So you get 2 display modes, calm and Navi, and those are the 2 display modes. Now, one thing I also wanted to mention about this digital gauge cluster is that one thing that is interesting, and unlike many other Volvos, if not all other Volvos, well, not all of them, but most of them, you get drive modes with this. So you see that little gear right there, you click on that gear, you go into driving, and then it's gonna show you your different drive modes. So right now, take a look at the gauge cluster. But when I put it into power mode right here, you can see not only did it turn the engine on, but then now you get a tachometer on this side of the screen. Whereas if you go into hybrid, it goes you into this screen. But I can also go into pure electric mode, but it doesn't want to do it all the time. You can also go into constant all-wheel drive if you wanted to as well. However, once you like warm the system up, you can go into pure. Pure is pure electric mode. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that you get a tachometer when you put this thing into, you know, power mode or sport mode. And then coming over to here, you may be able to see you get the 2 HVAC vents on the outsides of your 9-inch Google-based infotainment system. By the way, you do get wired Apple CarPlay connectivity, and you also do get Android Auto connectivity as well. This is what the home screen looks like. At the top, you got your map stuff. Then you have your Bluetooth media player. You got your Apple CarPlay stuff, but you do have to have a USB cord in order to connect to Apple CarPlay. And then all the way down here, this is like your Google Assistant. Basically, on other vehicles, you can say, "Hey Google," and it will like bring you into like a microphone, but basically you just got to click right there. And then up top there, you got your time. And then if you swipe down, this is your notification screen. You can swipe that back up. And then down here, if you wanted to bring up your climate control throughout the entire screen, you'd click that little fan right there, or the temperature. And then this is what the climate control menu looks like when it is taking up the entire screen. And then just click that down arrow right there and it will disappear. Or you could click the home button and it will disappear. But like I said, or I don't know if I said this, but by the way, with the Plus, you do get heated front seats as standard, and you get 3 levels of adjustability with those heated front seats. However, this one's been optioned with the $750 climate package, which gives you a heated steering wheel. And in order to turn the heated steering wheel on, you come over to here, you see the driver's seat and that little steering wheel button. Well, if you click on that, it's going to pop up this screen. You get your heated steering wheel functions, your heated seat functions, both get 3 levels of adjustability. Very nice to see 3 levels of adjustability with the heated steering wheel. And then you also get a camera button right there, which is going to pop up your 360-degree view camera system. And then you can also pop between your different camera zones as well. Backup camera, then you get your side camera, other side camera. You can turn your parking sensors on or off, and then you can also turn your reverse automatic braking system on or off as well. And then you see that like those 4 little boxes, if you pop that go into that screen, this is like your secondary menu. So you got all of these different things up top there, Bluetooth, media player, different media stuff, owner's manual, you can pop up throughout the screen. And then you also do get a Google Play Store down here. One thing that's also pretty cool, let's say you're dropping your kids off at the doctor, for example, right? And you like to watch YouTube. Well, you can pop up YouTube on your screen and basically, go to whatever YouTube channel you wanted to. So we could literally go to my channel here and we can watch my YouTube channel while we are, doing a video right here. See what I'm saying? So I think that is really, really cool. But yeah, that's kind of about it for that screen. I don't want to spend too much time throughout that screen, but I guess I could show you the settings screen. So you can go between your different driver stuff here. This is kind of like the only screen I really wanted to show you. because I think this is the only one that's kind of important. Creep is basically like, you know, when you're at a stoplight and you let off of the brake just a little bit, the vehicle will kind of creep forward. That is what that creep does right there. And then you can also turn the steering feel firm on by the click of that, or off. And then these are all of your different settings. That's kind of about it for that screen. That's all I wanted to show you. And then coming down here, you have all your physical controls. Starting from the left, you have your hazard button, which by the way actually does flash with the hazards. Then you have your front and your rear defroster buttons. Back on a track, that's going to go forward on a track. This is your volume control knob, and then this is to play or pause on a track. Coming back just a little bit, you get 2 cup holders right here. However, you can close this off if you wanted to. Now it's just some clean piano black trim, or you can open it back up. This is your gear shift selector. If you wanted to go into like manual mode, you can pull back, that is drive, pull back one more time, and now you can control the transmission. So if I click to the left, that is going to downshift. However, if I click it to the right, that is going to upshift. And then obviously you push P to go into park. We're pushing P. You get a, this is how you start the vehicle. Twist it to the right to turn it on, twist it to the right to turn it off. Your electronic parking brake, pull up on that, parking brake will engage. If you want to disengage the parking brake, push your foot down on the brake, push against that, and the parking brake will disengage. And then this is your auto hold function. If you're tired of holding your foot down on your brake in traffic, you can see that green light illuminated. Basically, the vehicle will hold you in place by itself with its braking system when you have that light lit up. Then you get a nicely padded armrest here that is leather wrapped, and opening this up down in here, you get a 12-volt power outlet as well as 2 USB-C ports. And that's kind of about it for what we got going on down in there. You can also set your key fob here if you'd like, as well, as you may be able to see. Now, one thing I wanted to test, I think you could also set a phone right there, but I don't know if my phone would fit. Actually, it will. So you can see you can also set a phone right there if you wanted to as well. And then coming up over here, you get some beautiful actual wood trim. Then you get some satin chrome trim. You do not get a lockable lower glove box, but you get quite a bit of storage space in the glove box. You also get that little microfiber cloth down in there. So actually quite a bit of storage space in the glove box considering what you got in there. You can set your napkins, your straws, and your snacks down in there, no problem. Don't worry. Maybe even some utensils if you wanted to. And then you also get a light that illuminates the glove box, which is definitely nice to see. And then coming up top here, you get your auto dimming rear view mirror with your HomeLink on the bottom. HomeLink is your universal garage door opener. Then you got your SOS. These are basically like roadside assistance, Volvo on-call functions. This is your passenger airbag, letting you know if the passenger airbag is on or off. This is your instant dome light on button. It's going to turn on all the interior dome lights. And then you also get individual lights up top here for the driver and the passenger as well. All you got to do is click on them and they will turn on. And then last but not least, as standard with this vehicle, you do get a panoramic roof. So if I flip this forward like that, wait, normally if I flipped it forward, that is going to bring the shade back. However, I don't want to do that. So what I wanted to show you is that if you click up on that, that is going to tilt the sunroof. Then you just got to slide forward like that. It's going to close it. And then if you pull back one more time, that is going to slide open your roof here. Let's see how far it goes back. It goes back to about there. Can we get it to go back any further? No, that is as far as it will go back. I know in the XC40 you can get it to go back a little bit further. So if you double swipe, all of this is going to close. But anyways, coming over to here, you get a vanity mirror, a vanity light, and a spot you could set any little paper product. And now we're gonna see if this slides. So it does not slide. The visor is fixed in position. So put that back into position. You get an OPU panel over here for the driver. You get an OPU panel there for the front passenger. Now I'm gonna try to double swipe it and see. Okay, so you gotta double swipe it in order to open up both of them. But yeah, very easy to use system there. And that's kind of about it for what we got going on here in these front seats. I wanted to mention what you get as standard with the Plus. So with the Plus, you get leather upholstery, power child locks, pilot assist with adaptive cruise control. It's the driver assistance system. Then you get the front and the rear parking sensors, a 360-degree view camera system, interior high-level illumination, which is basically ambient lighting. You also get power folding second row headrests, which is that right there. And you also get the manual fold backrest, which I believe is just like the 60-40 split. You know, you're folding it down for a little bit of extra cargo room from the trunk. Then you also get an air purifier, which I do believe is also new, standard to the Plus for 2024. And then you also get a panoramic roof, heated front seats. One thing I didn't mention is that with the $750 climate package, you do get those heated outboard second row seats, which is nice to see. So this guy is heated, this seat is heated, this center seat is not heated, however. And before we go on to the driving portion of the video, I want to show you what we got going on here in these rear seats. So this is what the rear door panel looks like. You get an automatic up and down window here in the back. Let's see, the window goes nearly all the way down. Then you get your door handle. You get a spot right there. If you press that, that is going to lock the vehicle. Then you get a nicely padded armrest, some storage space, a speaker, another speaker, and that's kind of about it for the door panel. This is what the second row seats look like here from this perspective. And now stepping in, we got our charge cable right here. So this is what you're gonna get when you get this vehicle. You get the charge cable, and that is what it looks like. I know, not the best view of it, but at least you got to see it. And then you get an OPU handle, a spot you could set your dry cleaning, and a dome light. I'm gonna lock the vehicle by pressing on that button there. And then you get an HVAC vent. You get a seat back pocket behind the driver's seat. Just keep in mind it is mesh. Same thing behind the passenger seat. And then up top here, you get two USB-C ports. With the climate package, you get heated outboard second row seats with 3 levels of adjustability. Same stuff on that side when it comes to, you know, the dry cleaning hook. You also get another little hook right there. And yeah, then opening this up, you click right here, that is going to pop out your cup holders. You get 2 cup holders and a nicely padded armrest. And yeah, one other thing, if I can figure it out, let's see how we would fold these second row seats. So I think if you came over to here and you clicked on that, then you get the manual folding second row seats. You get some fold flat storage space. That's a view of that, and that is it for that. Now when it comes to leg and knee room, I am 5'9" and I am adjusted behind myself. Plenty of knee and leg room. Here's another view of my knee and leg room. 5'9", again, move that back. I probably have got another inch or so of headroom, but if I slouched, I could, you know, get another few inches of headroom. But you know, that's kind of about it. So we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior of the S60. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I'll see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, and now on to the driving portion of the video where I go over these speed bumps at 5 miles an hour. We're gonna go 5, and then I rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. That was mostly electric power right there. Again, about 5 miles an hour. This thing's gonna get an 8.25 on a scale of 1 to 10. It did very well over those speed bumps, and right now this thing is very, very quick. It is like shockingly quick, and I mentioned that earlier in the video twice. So one thing that's pretty cool about this vehicle is that you can either be in hybrid mode, which is what we're in now. You can either be in power mode or pure mode. There's also like a constant all-wheel drive system mode, but basically power mode is like your sport mode. So let's go into that and let's test this out, right? And it is super, super powerful, and it also sounds like it pumps in a little bit of audio as well, like sound wise, to make the sound, or to make the engine sound good. I'm not 100% sure on that. All I know is that it is very, very quick, and it is very, very fun to drive. But one thing that's also great about it is that you can put it into hybrid mode, and now we're just chilling. Now it's just a cruiser, you know what I'm saying? I can also put into pure electric mode, which is what we're in now. So basically now we have 31 miles of solely electric range. So let's say, you know, you're about to run out of gas. You're like, oh shoot, you know, I'm screwed. I only have like 1 mile of range. What am I gonna do? I'm like 10 miles away from the gas station. Well, as long as you have, you know, battery power, you can put yourself in pure electric mode, and you'll be able to drive to the gas station on purely electric power. So that is why, you know, not necessarily an EV hater, I just don't love EVs, and I don't think that you know, EVs should just take up the entire market share and kick all gas-powered vehicles like out of the way. I just don't think that's the way to do it. However, I do think hybrids are the future, and the reason being is I think, you know, they use less lithium, so that is a good thing, right? But they also use less fuel, so it really is what it makes the most sense for now, because, you know, you can get vehicles like this that get very, very good fuel economy, but are also super, super quick, super fun to drive. You still get the sound of an engine. So I think hybrids are the way to go, personally, for me. Just take a listen to what this thing sounds like cruising at about 40 miles an hour going over these bridge joints here. Normally I can get going a little bit faster, but because of the traffic that we got out right now, I can't really give you a great, you know, sound. But I'll try to get before this video ends, I'll try to get you a little sound of what it sounds like cruising at about, you know, 50, 60, 70-ish miles per hour, so you can get a feel for what it sounds like wind and road noise wise. But one thing that I really like about the S60 is that it is a smaller sedan, but it's still very comfortable for, you know, the front and the rear passenger. So it doesn't feel small, but when you're pulling into a parking space, it's just small to where it makes you feel confident, and it's not like a hassle to park. Like the S90, which is the bigger version, I guess you would say, of this, it is long, you know what I mean? And it is more difficult to park than this, and that's just due to the length of it. But with the 360-degree view camera system, even on the S90, it makes things very, very easy. And now I'm going to put it back into power. Actually, you know, we'll do a pure acceleration, which is pure electric. So when you're in pure electric mode, it is not fast, but it is a little bit quick, you know what I mean? Just the punch of an electric motor is just like instant torque, but it's not like super fast. But it's pretty cool to me that you can either be in hybrid mode or you can be in pure electric mode, and you can cycle or select which mode you want to be in just by this, you know, little screen right here. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to put it back into power mode. And you can see this thing sounds really, really good. And again, I don't know if it's pumped in audio, but I do know that it sounds very, very good. And I'm trying to do a nice little acceleration to try to catch that on camera, but also catch like just the acceleration on camera. So here. It sounds really, really good. I am actually very surprised by how good it sounds, and it's super, super punchy. And that's why this is a great sedan that nobody talks about. I don't get why nobody talks about it, because it's actually really, really good, and it's super quick. It looks awesome in my personal opinion, but I don't really understand how anybody would disagree with me looks wise. I think it looks fantastic. The sound system, the standard sound system, is awesome. I'm not sure if you can get the Harman Kardon like as an a la carte option with this. I do know with the Ultimate it does come standard, but man, this thing is just awesome. And it's not like too expensive either. Don't get me wrong, it is expensive, but it's not like crazy expensive like you see some other vehicles, you know, that are as nice as this that cost quite a bit more. So here's another acceleration. I'm telling you guys, this thing is a blast to drive, but it's also great because, you know, right now we're coming into a school zone, and I'm just gonna go back into pure mode, and we're just cruising. You know, we're going back down under the speed limit, catching some of that, you know, energy. So we're not losing energy, we're catching it with the regenerative braking system. So yeah, that is awesome. Here's another little acceleration. Make sure nobody's coming. Pretty sure that was jaywalking, but anyway, yeah, pure electric is awesome. Putting in hybrid, awesome. Putting into power mode, awesome. I love being able to do whatever I want by the push of a button, and that just makes it very easy. So the seats, super, super comfortable. The ride, super, super comfortable. Let's see, when it comes to handling, there is a little bit of body roll, but there's not too much body roll. So I don't know, I really enjoy my time behind the wheel of this thing because it's very comfortable from the driving, from the seat. It's also very comfortable with the ride itself. And then it's also just super quick when you want it to be, but it can also just be a cruiser when you want it to be as well. So it can be whatever you want it to be, all by the push of a button right there. I gotta give you a 0 to 60 time before we end out today's video, so here you go. Boom. That's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything from the video, please just take a second to give the video a thumbs up, to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and hit that subscribe button. The likes and comments in particular look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and that is what helps me grow. So again, I'd appreciate it if you do those 3 things. But again, that is it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.